Welcome back in the Dropkick Basement, your favorite pro wrestling history podcast. Coming at you early part of March. This is Mike Madden on my side of things. My tag team partner, Tom Schultz, on his side. Tommy, how we feeling? How's our winter blues setting in these days?
They're pretty heavy. Almost as heavy as the 16 feet of snow we have outside. But
yes.
I'm hoping that that goddamn groundhog was wrong, and this will all end very soon. Yeah,
that's the consensus in our part of the world, in our part of New Jersey, is enough already. We're submitting. We're tapping out of winter. Yes. We've eclipsed totals that hadn't been seen in 10 years, and it's a slog, I will say, the last month and a half maybe, dealing with all of this. So yes, I agree. Let's get into the month of March. Now that we've kicked off the month of March, that's sort of like the time where you can see the forest for the trees. You're in sort of thinking, all right, it's going to be spring very soon. We're poised for it. Obviously, we're getting closer to what they call WrestleMania season, what we call Revolution season around here. So, but yeah, it's about time that we thaw ourselves out. And I figured, the best way, and I think you will agree, like the best way to do that is to let's revisit an old concept that we did, I guess almost a year, like more than a year ago, right? Like we did some of these rookie cards, where we're taking a year and we're looking at the guys that made their wrestling debut in that particular year, and then taking, maybe the top 20, top 25 and putting them into a specialized card to see, what our Booker brains can come up with. So yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to delve in to a couple years during the 80s, and we'll split these off over the course of the next couple months, I guess. Like, I think the last time we did this, we chunked them all as like a series, where we did the 80s, we did 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I think we can spread this out a little bit, because it's obviously we're getting closer to WrestleMania season, so we want to do a little bit of episodes in and around that, and potentially some other stuff. But it's a good time to get into some rookie cards and to see what we can see. Our partners, unintentional partners for this, we take the lists. The website's called ainsworthsports.com. They have a great database. It's very analytical. If you're a sports fan, this is certainly a place to go to kind of get inside the numbers, look at baseball players, rookie years that they had, continuing stats, best ranked players at positions, best ranked teams, players by country, so on and so forth. And they have a nice section for pro wrestling, which breaks down all-time wrestlers, decades, home states. So there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of go on there and check out. One of our favorites, obviously, is looking at these rookie years and being mystified by the talent that may be sitting out there for us to take a look at. So, how do you feel about? Before we get into it, I'm going to go first, but I'll reveal mine. But Tom, what year did you select in this exercise?
1988.
1988. I've selected 1984. So what we will do, we will get ourselves situated. We will put together the card, have the promotion that's going to host this, and also a venue. Hopefully a good place with a good crowd that can really get into this. So I'm going to start off. I've got the year 1984, as I said. This is an interesting one because you look around the guys that I have to choose from, and there's some some great territory stars. There's some kind of icons in the business that came up in the or really hit their stride in the mid '90s, and then some guys that are totally hidden gems, more or less. But I think I'm going to put this card in the Mid-Atlantic territory.
Okay.
The old Jim Crockett Promotions. And this is before Jim Crockett had done any of the... you know what? Scratch that. It's going to be part of Jim Crockett Promotions, but I'm actually going to do... I don't know, Tom, I don't know if you've ever heard of Pro Wrestling USA.
No.
So here's your history lesson for the day. So Pro Wrestling USA was a joint promotion. It included, as aforementioned, Jim Crockett Promotions. It included Memphis. It included the AWA. And then a couple of independents that were sharing talent and donating folks to the cause. They promoted a lot of their cards. They would have their television tapings in arenas in and around their areas, and they would send in their tapes, or they would send some talent, and they would do like these joint TV tapings.
Okay.
And then they had clearance, so they had a syndicated TV show, which tried to compete with Vince McMahon and the Expansion International promoting for WWF in '84. So through '84 and '85, this Pro Wrestling USA conglomeration had TV here in the Northeast on Channel 11, PIX Channel 11, early in the morning. I guess maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. They had, so that's more mid to late morning. Boy, I really don't, I don't get up early on Saturdays. But they had, so they had talent, and you can see some of the stuff on YouTube. You can look it up, Pro Wrestling USA. Just Google Pro Wrestling USA '84. They were sharing announcers as well, so you would have you'd have Shivani and David Crockett on certain matches. You would have Lance Russell and Dave Brown sometimes. You would have Gordon Soley, and then a host of people doing backstage interviews. The really funky part was when they would send somebody like Jerry Lawler would be on a TV taping that's happening in the Carolinas, and it's being called by Gordon Soley. And the rest of the talent that's on the card, there's like Terry Funk's on one of those tapings, Bob Backlund after he left WWF. So it's really this hodgepodge. How it failed was the promoters never really got on the same page. So when they would host supercards, like they did at the Meadowlands, I believe in very early '85, I believe the Meadowlands, they had, I think it was main evented by Flair versus Steamboat for the World Heavyweight Championship. But they couldn't, it was okay if it was two Jim Crockett guys at the top of the card. If you were going to cross over and you were going to have Magnum TA against Kamala or Jerry Lawler against Adrian Street, and they weren't in the same territory, now you got promoters that are fighting, well, how come my guys aren't higher on the card? How come we don't have, we're worried about booking and making my guy look strong, so on and so forth. So I'm going to dip my toe in this, and we're going to go 1984 Pro Wrestling USA, and we're going to host this card at the Meadowlands Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So the Pro Wrestling USA sort of sharing of talent here is this is probably a good way to showcase the sharing of talent, because you've got guys coming in from Mexico, you've got guys coming in from Japan, character wrestlers, you name it, all across the board. So let me go over the guys that I'm utilizing.
Okay.
Before we get started, so you're familiar with this Rogues Gallery. So starting off, I've got the Great Muta. Nice. I've got Shawn Michaels.
Already a great card.
I've got the Undertaker. Mean Mark, for those of you in the know. Shinji Hashimoto, Jushin Thunder Liger,
Damn.
Masahiro Chono,
It's crazy.
Yokozuna, Scott Hall,
Jesus Christ.
Sabu,
Damn. Wow.
Nikita Koloff, Marty Jannetty,
Nothing but stars.
Vampiro, Miguel Perez Jr.,
All right.
the fabulous Lance Von Erich,
Ooh.
the Z-Man Tom Zink,
Oh, God.
Sensei Pat Tanaka,
All right.
the Wild Eyes Southern Boy Tracy Smothers,
Hell yeah.
Pierroth Jr., and then my two substitutions. There were two guys that were originally listed in the top 20 that I don't know enough about, and I looked them up, and there wasn't really anything juicy on the vine. One guy is Takayumo Sano, and he was sort of a like a dojo rival of Liger when they both came out of the New Japan dojo. Not really him. They both had a brief feud when they really got cooking and got started, but Sano really didn't have that deep of a career, and there's not that much of a lineage. So I'm crossing him out. I'm swapping in Nord the Barbarian, John Nord, a.k.a. the Berserker. He's in. And then there's another Mexican wrestler called the Black Warrior. Again, if I did a little bit of digging and research, I probably could have seen, a little bit of his CMLL and AAA stuff, but not really flowing with the card that I wanted to build. So I'm going to swap in Pretty Paul Roma.
Nice. Okay.
So that's my my lineup of superstars. So for a night in the Meadowlands, picture it.
It's going to sell out, I'll tell you that much.
It's going to sell. Well, look at that. I mean, come on. This is any wrestling fan. And the rules of this are pretty clear. You're getting the best version of that wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
That you can utilize, that you can imagine. So it should be built as a dream card. It should be set out to impress and sell a lot of tickets. Our opening match on this particular evening, we've got the wild-eyed Southern Boy Tracy Smothers taking on Sensei Pat Tanaka.
All right. I like that.
I love Pat Tanaka.
And I love Tracy Smothers.
If I was really selfish, I would have put Pat Tanaka in the main event. And it would have been like Pat Tanaka and Shawn Michaels, hour-long Iron Man match. And everybody would have lost their mind. But Pat Tanaka in an opening match is really great because, again, he's a guy who sets a tempo. Tracy Smothers, and I guess Tanaka would be working heel because his best work was always as a heel. And Tracy's a good, kind of rile up the crowd heel, but he's also equally good as a white meat babyface. Going up against little clash of styles, a couple guys that can certainly they have the engine and they can go, but there'll be some stuff that, they have to work out ahead of time. I'm giving the Duke on this evening, gotta put a babyface over strong at the very beginning. So I'm giving Tracy Smothers the nice. W on this one. Sorry, Pat Tanaka. You're the best, but not tonight. So match 2, we are going to pair up our Minnesota guys that took on different characters from different parts of the world. And that's going to be Nord the Barbarian versus Nikita Koloff.
I like that. That's a good pairing.
And it's different from the leadoff match. So you got two big guys, Nord the Barbarian being taller, and Nikita being more of a power guy and a sort of strength spot guy. Just like I said about Tanaka, the more I see John Nord especially like Mid-South Nord, who like hit his stride in Mid-South in 85 and early 86, and then went to Vern Gagne, AWA, and bopped around a few places, went to World Class, and then became the Berserker and was this like sort of wild Mr. Fuji protege character. He's so underrated. Oh, I mean, eventually we're gonna redo our underrated guys. That might be this year's tournament. Spoiler alert. Underrated guys might be a full tournament this year. But the more I watch Nord the Barbarian stuff, the more I'm like, everybody was missing out on this guy. He was falsely labeled as a Brody clone. They were, he was a little sloppy and a little like stiff in the ring, which I think, in my opinion, that puts him and Nikita as perfect opponents, because Nikita was never like a light guy. He's throwing sickles around. He's doing the backbreaker, the big over the shoulder. What's the word for it? The Jesse Ventura backbreaker. Where like you kind of get the guy in a gut wrench and you go over the shoulder and so like those both guys are into like just sort of physically trying to intimidate each other. I guess Nikita's my babyface.
This was another one where it could go either way. Both guys could kind of. Well, I don't know. Did Nord ever really work babyface? He
kind of did in Mid-South. He was with Jake the Snake Roberts. They were first a heel team, and then I think they came around to babyface. But I'd have to put Nikita as the babyface, and I think I'm giving him the Duke in this one. Russian sickle, and a 1-2-3 for Nikita Koloff. Hopefully the crowd takes him. Hopefully that we get the Nikita Koloff that was around in 87, 88. The really strong over Nikita that had turned babyface after Magnum TA's car crash. So that's the Nikita I want to see.
All right. I like that.
So we're going to move to match number 3. And this is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. We're going to bring in our Mexican / Puerto Rican brothers on this one. We're going to have Miguel Perez Jr. and Pia Roth Jr. taking on Tom Zink and Paul Roma.
All right. That's a team that I'm surprised was not booked together.
Well, it's funny because if you're looking at 86 in the WWF, Tom Zink comes in, he's teaming with Rick Martel, Can-Am Connection, and they start teaming Roma with Jim Powers, right? I think you could take out of those 4 guys, Rick Martel's obviously like the super worker out of the 4 guys.
Yeah.
You could put Martel with Roma and Zink with Powers, or Powers with Martel. Like any combination of those 4 guys probably would have worked pretty well. Zink has his moments as a worker. I think he was a little bit too. I think he had too much glamour muscle going on for him. So his upper body was like just way jacked. And that kind of slowed him down. And it was always funny, like even as a young guy, I'm watching WCW in the early 90s, and they bring in Tom Zink as a Z-Man. And I had known him through the WWF and Can-Am Connection, who I thought was a good team because Martel was awesome. And but they were like promoting Tom Zink as a light heavyweight. And it's like, that dude's like 260. He's not a light heavyweight. Giant. And he's bulky as fuck. What? Because he can do a couple arm drags? Like, he's not undersized. So I never bought it. But it kind of works. He would probably play a little bit of the big man in this one. And Roma's more of the Ricky Morton type, the kind of speedy. I don't think Paul Roma gets the credit that he deserves as a worker.
I don't either.
And I think we've mentioned this on a few episodes that like the guy could hold it together. couldn't talk to save his life, except
No.
if he was behind. Like, he got better when he was with Slick. So if he's got a manager and he's got somebody to do the talking for him and he just chimes in a little bit, he's okay. And I think he, as a tag team wrestler, he was more than fit the bill.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to put those two in there against Pierre Roth and Miguel Perez. And Miguel Perez was big in Puerto Rico. Most United States fans will know him from his time in Los Boricuas as the guy with all the hair on his back. And Pierre Roth was a great heel in AAA and in CMLL. So I'm going to get the heel team over on this one. Pierre Roth and Miguel Perez are going to get the Duke over Zinc and Roma. But I see, if I'm building a promotion, I'm seeing a little bit of spark in Zinc and Roma. They're just on the cusp, and they might factor into a tag team division if this was ever reality. So that was match number 3. Match number 4. This one might be ugly. You've got Yokozuna taking on Lance Von Erich.
Ugh. That is going to be ugly.
Nobody's idea of a good time is a card with Lance Von Erich on it. He exists. That's about as courteous as I could get for him. He exists. And
Lance was the fake Von Erich, correct?
This is the fake Von Erich. Yes, this is a gentleman by the name of Kevin Vaughn, who Fritz Von Erich, after having some tragedies with his sons, Fritz Von Erich thought, well, we'll just make up that there's a cousin that's going to team with us because we got to fill out cards. Mike Von Erich's in the hospital. David had passed away in 84. They bring in a kid from goddamn Dallas, Texas, that people read about in the papers for being, a great college athlete, and they were like, he's just their cousin now, and it's like, and the fans, this is a world where you're not newsletter people, but you're local news people, right? So you've seen this kid in the local news all over, and he's been all of a sudden he's been dropped into the middle of world class, and you're supposed to believe that he's Fritz's brother Waldo's, which they're not brothers either. That's his son, and he's the cousin, and he kind of looks like them, but he doesn't look like them at all. It's the fans actually revolted on this a lot. So we're going to feed Lance to the wolves here. And he's getting a quick Yokozuna beatdown, bonsai drop, ass in the face, the whole 9 yards. Yokozuna gets the win over Lance Von Erich in a quick one so we can take an intermission. We can clear our heads. We've got 3 matches to go on this card. Out of intermission. This one is for the New Japan Pro Wrestling fans, the junior heavyweight admirers out there. Jushin Thunder Liger taking on Sabu.
Damn. Hell yeah.
And I did not do unfortunately, I did not do the research. I do believe that they did have a match together in 95 for New Japan, maybe late in the year, because Sabu was making his inroads and did a couple of tours with New Japan after he stopped working with FMW. And that was the reason why he didn't want to work ECW all the time, was that he wanted to keep himself open for Japan tours. Liger was the king of the light heavyweight, junior heavyweight division. If this didn't happen tonight, it's happening at the Meadowlands Arena. Jushin Thunder Liger versus Sabu. Could get sloppy, admittedly. And Liger could Liger is certainly a guy, like if you watch some of his stuff, and especially if he's working like opponents that he doesn't work on the regular basis, because he's a very disciplined guy and because he's very protective of his character, if something goes wrong in a match, he gets very snug, and all of a sudden it becomes like we're not playing around anymore. So the capo kicks get a lot more on the button, the chops, the submissions. So this is how I feel like he's going to try and rein Sabu in by sort of, wearing him down, and it's not going to slow Sabu down at all because he's a no-selling motherfucker too. So he'll roll out of a lot of this stuff.
Better to take that punishment.
Yes. So I feel this one, could get pretty wild. And if I'm running a promotion, I want this to be a featured match on my undercard. And knowing that we've got a lot of promoters that are putting their hats in the ring on this one's going to a 30-minute time limit draw.
All right.
We've got no winner. We're setting up for more matches between these two guys. It's hard to decide. My heart of hearts would be torn between the two. It would have to be a perfect scenario. So I'm taking the high road, and I'm calling it a time limit draw. We get a little bit of a handshake show of respect, or maybe we don't, and we get Liger giving Sabu the middle finger because he was a non-cooperative maniac, and that brings us to the next series of matches.
There we go.
So we've got our rivalry set up for the future between these two. Semi-main event time. The Undertaker versus Vampiro. Let's make this a stip, and let's make this a coffin match. It's not a casket match. And I'll tell you why it's not a casket match. Because during the promos going into this, it's going to be all about The Undertaker, and he's doing... I always liked when he would do those promos from like that sort of like that blacksmith stage that they would build for him, and he'd be like, hammering out or like sanding down a coffin for a particular guy. So the way that I see that, this is my real storyline shit here. So the way that I see this, you got The Undertaker, Paul Bearer is doing his bullshit, and Undertaker's making a casket for Vampiro. Well, Vampiro's such a fucking asshole that he comes in and he lights that one on fire.
Okay.
And he announces, "You're not making a casket for me because I don't want to, if I get thrown in it or you get thrown in it, I don't want any of us to be any more comfortable than we are buried in the ground. So this is going to be a coffin match. And you got to nail your opponent." And he starts hammering, nailing. He has his own promo on his own set. And he's nailing a coffin that's got the Undertaker symbol on it. And he's like, "I'm burying you in this coffin." So now you got some heat between these two spooky characters.
Here we go.
I'm never a fan of Vampiro. I like some of his promos, and I like his mystique. He was shits in the ring. I don't know what really, what the hype was. I never bought the hype. And I know Undertaker works well with certain opponents, and I think he could probably get a good match out of Vampiro. Everybody that's on this list, the only guy that jumped off the page was Vampiro. There was only other one guy that jumped off the page, and that might have been like a Nikita Koloff. But I think that would have been like an Undertaker, like early 90s, just Undertaker's going to overpower him eventually and beat the shit out of him. I think Vampiro and him...
Nikita and Undertaker could have also worked as like American Badass era
sure.
Undertaker.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Then
Like that
post Cold War. Yeah.
Good
point.
In a what's his name? Who the fuck was that guy? I think he was supposed to be a Russian guy.
Vladimir Kozlov.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Except the guy that can actually work.
Right. Right. That has charisma. But I'm going to give The Undertaker the win over Vampiro. It makes
understandable.
It makes a whole lot of sense. we're having this show in the Northeast. The fans are going to love him. But Vampiro puts up a hell of a fight. Again, it's a spooky character element, and that is something that Undertaker thrived in whenever he wrestled against Kane, against Mankind. That's the thing that aesthetically works for him. There's a lot of promo time. There's a lot of like setup to this. Like I said, the caskets are burnt, or the caskets are destroyed, and we're doing this in a coffin. We're doing this on my terms. Graveyards of Tijuana style. Let's go to the main event.
A main event that, if I'm doing my calculations correctly,
yeah,
I believe was the main event of my what the fuck is it called? When we did the New Japan
yes,
WWF 1996.
Yeah, this might have been on there. Yeah,
so great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Huh?
So this is the Three Musketeers of New Japan Pro Wrestling: Shinja Hashimoto, the Great Muta, and Masahiro Chono, taking on the Midnight Rockers, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, and Big Scott Hall.
Holy shit! I totally.
Oh, you're thinking it was just Shawn versus Muta?
Yeah, I completely forgot about the other. Oh man, that's crazy.
No, we're doing this, and this is going to be a elimination match.
Okay.
Because I want to stretch this out. We only had 7 matches on the card. We had a couple short ones at the beginning. Obviously, Sabu and Liger took up 30 minutes, or probably in reality 20 minutes that we called 30 minutes. And Taker and Vampiro is probably going to go long, but this 6-man tag, we have all sorts of eliminations. Marty Jannetty, obviously weak man on one side. He's going to get eliminated first. Then I think we're going to see some miscommunication between Muta and Chono, which will lead to Masahiro Chono getting eliminated and getting all pissy and throwing a fit, leaving Hashimoto and Muta against Scott Hall, Shawn Michaels. I think Hashimoto goes down next. He'll take a pin. Then we're going to eliminate Scott Hall. Little Muta lock action. Get Scott Hall to tap. Scott Hall never has a problem doing a job. And then Shawn Michaels versus the Great Muta. There's your main event from your 96
there you go.
WWF New Japan crossover and everybody's wet dream. Shawn Michaels gets the win. Super kick. You can stretch this out to close to an hour. You've got a lot going on. You've got the Japanese guys could be playing up heels. You could have Muta being a huge babyface, Hashimoto being a babyface, and Chono being sort of like the rogue. Maybe Shawn and Scott Hall aren't necessarily on the same page for one reason or another. Michaels and Jannetty are Michaels and Jannetty here. They're soaking up the adulation. They've got the crowd in the palm of their hand. But ultimately, Shawn Michaels is a sole survivor on this one. He gets the Duke. And then looking at those 6 guys, again, if this was a promotion that lived in the real world, you've got more tag team matches, you've got individual matches, you've got feuds amongst their teammates that can go all over the place, and then meld in guys like Taker, Vampiro, Sabu, Nikita Koloff, and I think you got a nice little Pro Wrestling USA might have been able to stay around for another 2 years if this was their core nucleus. So that'll do it for my half of the contribution. Any notes or thoughts that you have?
I love the card. I thought that squashing Lance Von Erich was a very good idea.
Thank you.
In all honesty, there's not much different that I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought it was a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
And an interesting promotion and venue to put this in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think,
especially since I'm not familiar with it.
yeah, and it's like, and that's the type of thing, like, you don't have, I mean, Taker's one of the best and biggest characters of all time. Muda on the other side. And, like, yeah, if you were going to switch things up, you could have done, I was thinking, like, if I didn't put Vampiro and Taker against each other, Masachono and Undertaker would be fucking awesome.
That would absolutely.
Sabu and Shawn Michaels never wrestled. Sabu and Muda never wrestled each other. So yeah. There's a lot to sink your teeth into on that one. But
yeah, there's a lot of different ways you could go.
Yeah.
But I do think that ultimately the card you put together is probably one of the best ways to utilize all the talent involved.
Yes. All right, let's get in our time machine. Let's jump 4 years to 1988.
We are jumping to 1988. We are going to be in the AWA promotion.
Oh, yeah. Vern.
And this is going to be, because we're in 1988, this is going to be Super Clash 3. However, it's going to be taking place at the site of Super Clash 2, the Cow Palace in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. All right. We love a good Cow Palace show. I think the last time we did the rookie cards, one of the shows was at the Cow Palace.
You got to have a show at the Cow Palace.
It's an incredible venue.
One that I wish I was able to attend at one time in my life.
The Cow Palace? They're still open, right?
Yeah.
Do they still do indie shows?
I don't know. I feel like it's too big for an indie.
I feel like AEW should do a show at the Cow Palace.
They should.
Yeah.
100%.
Why not?
They never run San Francisco. They like always run
Yeah,
LA.
they're LA or they're Vegas. You know, that's their hot spots and
they don't venture out in California other than LA very much. But a legendary venue and for what I hope to be a legendary card.
All right.
So let's go over the talent that is the top 20. I did also make 2 substitutions because there were 2 guys that I was just not very familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's start. At number 1, we have Kenta Kobashi.
Okay.
A favorite of mine.
Great. Yeah.
Number 2, Raven.
Oh. Okay.
Number 3 is Akira Taue.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got pillars. So you got pillars forming.
Got two of the 4. 2 of the 4. We're in the midst of building a strong foundation with two of the 4 pillars.
All right.
Number 4, Minoru Suzuki.
Wow, he debuted in '88.
Yeah, which is nuts. He's still going.
Wow, what a madman!
One of 3 guys on here that I'm aware of that are still going. Number 5 is Dustin Rhodes.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Number 6 is Heavy Metal of AAA.
Oh yes.
Fame. Mm-hmm. Number 7, Super Crazy. Everyone should be fairly familiar with Super Crazy.
Yeah.
Number 8 is a guy that I wasn't too familiar with. I did do a little bit of research, and turns out he had a pretty storied career in CMLL, and that's Apollo Dantes.
Apollo Dantes, yes.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
I was not too familiar with him. I watched a match, a CMLL heavyweight title match he had with Chris Jericho from the early 90s, and it was not bad.
Good.
Right. Number 9, the Patriot, Dale Wilkes.
Del Wilkes, yeah. Oh, the AWA loves a good Del Wilkes.
Oh, they do.
It's Vern's kind of guy.
Number 10, Jerry Lynn, Minnesota native.
Love it.
Number 11, Gary Albright.
Wow.
Of the early 90s All Japan fame.
I would have thought that he would have started earlier, but okay.
I think he appeared older than he actually was.
Okay, because he was an Olympic hopeful.
Yes.
Before he turned pro, so maybe that's what I'm remembering is like seeing some of the accolades that he had as an amateur. Okay.
Yes. Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay.
Wow, you got some real like mid-card goofs. Good. I mean that in a good way.
If you're talking about mid-card goofs, can I interest you in number what is this? 13, Mike Enos.
Oh yeah, talk about Minnesota boys. Hell yeah, Mean Mike.
Next, which it's funny that I found him listed. When I first saw this name, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" After a quick Google search, JC Ice. That's of the PG-13 fame, but Jamie Dundee.
Jamie Dundee, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Then again, you want mid-card action? Hugh Morris is coming at you next.
Dirtbag Bill DeMott. All right.
Then we got Louis Spicolli.
These are like, this is like a nitro.
After Louis Spicolli, we have Brian Lee.
Wow, I actually kind of love this. Like,
who was actually number 20 on the list, but that not counting for the substitutions.
Yeah,
Charlie Norris.
The Native American Charlie Norris.
The Native American, yes, the Native American fellow. And then the two substitutions I had were for Doug Stahl and Johnny Hotbody, who you had told me they were like ECW, early ECW, like Eastern Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
Guys that I just even when doing the quick like Wikipedia search of both of their careers, I think Johnny Hotbody wrestled for like a year in ECW.
He was an ECW champion, by the way.
Yeah.
Then he was a tag team champ with Candido.
He beat Jimmy Snuka for the ECW title in 1992.
That says all you need to know. Yeah, more of a tri-state wrestling guy when they became ECW. Yeah,
he did a lot of the NWA Jersey. Gymnasium shows.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's
before coming back in 2006 to have one match as Johnny Cashmere's tag team partner in Pro Wrestling Unplugged.
Oh wow. You should have stayed retired, Hotbody. Yeah. All right. So he's not going to be he's not going to be part of this.
So no, Johnny Hotbody and Doug Stahl were the two names that I took off the list.
Right.
They are replaced by Pitbull number 2, Anthony Durante.
Okay. The bald one. Okay.
The bald one. And who they had listed as Phineas I. Godwin, Dennis Knight.
Oh, Dennis Knight. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I couldn't, in good conscience, I couldn't have him adorn the Phineas Godwin gimmick.
Oh. Well, if he doesn't have Henry O, why have a pig? If you don't have a hog, you shouldn't have a pig.
Exactly my thoughts.
This is like forgive me before you even get started. Like, this is probably like, this would be a great like 1989 like AWA like TV taping with all of these goofs and like trying to like get over and have new characters. But this is also like my favorite Disney MGM studio taping for WCW in 1994. I think a lot 100%. Of these guys worked there in 94, 95.
Yeah. These would have been a lot of enhancement talent matches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
Tex Slazenger, Mr. JL.
I had to put together a super clash.
Yeah.
With these fellas. So
all right.
I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and see what I can do here.
Okay.
All right. So we're opening Super Clash 3 at the Cow Palace, San Francisco, with an international tag team match. We are going to have Heavy Metal and Apollo Dantes taking on the Patriot and Charlie Norris.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we have our two of the three Mexican luchador wrestlers taking on
Flag
All American Patriot and
his Native American pal. Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
There we go.
This you've won your way into the Gagne's heart with patriotism and Native and sort of like wanky Native American guy taking on two foreigners.
Exactly.
Both of which are pretty good workers from what I remember. So
yeah, so you could get a serviceable match out of this.
Mm-hmm.
You have two guys who are obviously, you have two guys like the Patriot and Charlie Norris. They're going to go over in this. Vern's booking it. They got America has to stand tall, and this way you kind of save the better workers for the end of the card as well. You get things off to a nice hot start with your USA chance.
Mm-hmm.
You get Eye of the Tiger is probably playing.
Probably, or some generic like marching theme for the Patriot.
The Star Spangled Banner is playing, and we get Charlie Norris and the Patriot taking the victory here over Heavy Metal and Apollo Dantes.
Perfect.
All right, match number 2 is going to be a mid-card, light heavyweight style kind of match.
Okay.
We're going to have Brian Christopher taking on Jamie Dundee.
Mempho.
Very Memphis.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very Memphis match.
All right. Nepo babies, too.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Two guys that would be nothing without their fathers.
It's the Lawler Dundee feud for the modern age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The modern age. Except it's not going to be that good.
All right. Listen, I'll stop you there. Brian Christopher was fucking good before he was too cool. He was very good.
Yes.
I really liked him. Like USWA Brian Christopher, that's my bag of that's my bag of fun. He's good.
Now in this circumstance, he's going to be working as the babyface.
Okay.
Because we have Jamie Dundee as the PG-13 type character. That's kind of where he found his sweet spot. Mm-hmm. Was like this white guy,
white rapper,
bad
rebel kind of, right.
But we're gonna have Jamie Dundee get the Duke. He's gonna use some nefarious
little hubcap to the head.
Yeah, hubcap, maybe some powder in the eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
we're gonna get.
He's got that.
and maybe in the nose too. But he's gonna get the victory.
Okay.
In match number 2.
That makes sense.
So match number 3. This is gonna be billed as the long-awaited debut. There's going to be, leading up to Superclash, there's going to be vignettes running on AWA television about the coming to AWA of Gary Albright.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So we're going to see more, we're going to see another vignette run after the last match.
Training montage I could see. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come back from the vignette, already in the ring, no entrance, Mike Enos, just like he deserves. Then out comes Gary Albright. 1 or 2 suplexes on his fucking head, and Gary Albright squashes Mike Enos. Yeah. Gets the dub. Impressive victory. And he's off to the races here in the AWA.
That's actually pretty perfect when you think about it. Like, what a perfect guy for like Vern to like just look at the amateur background, kind of go into this whole, like, you're right, like the lure of it, the recruiting, this is the coming of him. It'd be incredible. I'm just looking him up real fast. He was trained by Billy Robinson, Danny Hodge, and Luthez.
There we go.
That doesn't hurt. And he was also, if he was still alive, God rest his soul, he is part of the Anawahai family, so he's got bloodline.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't at this point?
He was an NCAA Division I champion, 1984 and 86. So yeah, this is perfect for
Fits
for
right
his
into the mold of becoming a future AWA champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is a way to debut him and still have Mike Enos on the card.
Great. All right.
All right. So next, we are going to get a bit of a stiff match. This is going to be for the AWA World Tag Team Champions.
Okay.
Tag Team Championships. Your current champions, and they will not be going as the names listed. They'll be going under their actual names. Anthony Durante and Bill DeMott. Your tag team champions.
Okay. All right.
Taking on the recently debuted tag team called The Crew, which is Dennis Knight and Brian Lee doing like a DOA style biker type gimmick.
Okay. All right.
These are two guys that look very different than the rest of the guys on the card, covered in tattoos, and they're going to be like the badass up and coming team, and you can have them go against Pitbull and Hugh Morris or Bill DeMott, whatever you want to call them, in a match where it's very physical.
Yeah.
A lot of striking that kind of hides everyone's shortcomings in this match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So,
just get, Hugh Morris was always interesting to me because he did have unique offense. He could for a big guy to do the moonsault and to get the height that he did on the moonsault was always pretty impressive. But yeah, you can see like that being like the downfall. He goes up forward, he misses it, and then these guys, the crew, as you dub them, they get a bit of a, I'm guessing like a squash win over them.
Yes.
Okay.
New tag team.
Not a squash win, but like
No, it's a competitive match. But you're gonna have, it's gonna be very physical, and this changing of the tag team titles is a perfect segue to have the team from the opening contest, the Patriot and Charlie Norris.
Yep.
Come
your
in
next challengers.
Now we have heels as the tag team champions, so your baby faces will get a run with your new tag team champion.
Good.
Okay, so match number 5. This is going to be the inaugural light heavyweight championship match.
All right.
So leading up to this match would have been a tournament on television, and this is going to be the finals of that tournament, as you have Jerry Lynn taking on Super Crazy.
Oh, okay. All right. Did they have matches in ECW?
I feel like they must have,
probably
none like stick out to me.
But they weren't. They wouldn't have been on pay-per-view together. They might have been on like an episode of TNN
or house shows or something.
Yeah,
but there was never like a long-standing feud or anything of the sorts. Definitely going to have Jerry Lynn. He's a Minnesota boy.
Another local guy. Crowd gets behind him. I think Super Crazy's got this is the type of thing where this is why I always like light heavyweight or cruiserweight action is it always lent itself to be like these even matchups. You never know who's actually going to win. And then there's always kind of this show of respect at the end of it. There's a show of respect at the beginning, a show of respect at the end. And it isn't necessarily about a grudge. Eventually you build more people into a division and you could have grudges and you could have programs that build to something. But this is the type of thing I can definitely see like this crowd being whipped up into a frenzy, give it, 20, 25 minutes, and Jerry Lynn's the right guy to go over. Yeah.
Exactly. So Jerry Lynn takes the title back to Minnesota. Next, this is going to be this match, much like your Undertaker and Vampiro match, is going to be the one that has a lot of the story behind it. Okay. This is going to be a no-holds-barred match between Raven and Louis Spicolli.
Okay. All right.
So Raven and Louis Spicolli were the AWA World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions prior to Anthony Durante and Bill DeMott.
Okay.
Louis Spicolli is kind of playing the Stevie Richards role to Raven in this situation. He's his flunky, and he's the one that takes the pin to have them lose the tag team titles.
Okay.
Raven is none too pleased on this and viciously assaults him after the match.
I would only expect that to be the case.
Which leads to weeks of television of Louis trying to get back into Raven's good graces, and it not working until he finally snaps and challenges him to this no holds barred match.
Okay, like it. I like it a lot.
This is going to be a bloody brawl that's going to go all over the crowd, all over the arena. But at the end of it, Raven is going to get the victory over Louis.
Okay, well that makes sense. He's the bigger star, and Louis probably looks good in defeat, losing the Raven, and maybe doesn't get the respect back, but gets the fans' respect.
Yes,
you would see that. Yeah.
So now we're going to match number 7, and this is the International Attraction match.
Yes. All right.
Kenta Kobashi taking on Minoru Suzuki.
Ooh. Okay. Not prepared for this.
So this is just an exhibition.
Okay.
This is the AWA showcasing 2 of Japan's best talents.
Yep.
We are going to get a 30-minute classic from Kenta Kobashi and Minoru Suzuki. That in the end of it, Kenta is going to take the victory.
Okay. All right.
And this is simply just to showcase 2 great talents. And I mean, in my scenario, the AWA is having a working relationship with All Japan at the time.
Okay.
And as you'll see from the next match that we have, and this is just to showcase some of that talent.
This also works for San Francisco because you're on the West Coast, right? San Francisco has the link up with Hawaii, which has the gateway for the Japanese talent to come in. So you will certainly have like an adoring fan base that will be excited to see All Japan wrestlers on U.S. soil, maybe for the first time or maybe for the first time in a long time. So yes, I think like that's very smart booking, and that's thinking long term. Because now you've built that working agreement, and you can have them come in and you can have them as a major attraction on your West Coast shows, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this is going to lead to the 8th and final match of this card. The AWA World Heavyweight title is on the line. Your current champion, Akira Taue, the Holy Demon Army.
Okay, all right.
Who has taken the AWA title hostage and is very rarely defending it in the United States.
Okay, all right.
The AWA talent is having to travel to Japan in order to get their title shots.
Yes.
And what better man to take that title and bring it back to the United States?
Greg Geimer.
And the natural
Dustin Rhodes.
The natural Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, I forgot that he was in your roster. That's a great wrinkle. Holy shit.
So I again, this plays much like the first match into the international. The heel international talent and your American babyface coming in and making the country proud,
waving a flag, waving American flag. Yeah.
And I do feel like Dustin Rhodes, had he not had the ties to his father and started working with him pretty much from the jump, is a guy that could have succeeded in the AWA. You got a guy that is really good worker.
Yeah, yeah.
Has the family lineage. It kind of, when I was looking this over, I looked at him almost in a Kurt Hennig type role where
yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Famous father.
That's what, yeah.
Who started in the AWA in the early part of his career, kind of like, all right, this is how I'm gonna do it just like my dad did. I'm gonna build my career from the bottom up, and I'm gonna get myself, into the hearts of the fans. Wrestling for, the American Wrestling Association is where I want to learn. You could actually, what's interesting is, and Dusty didn't get dismissed until the end of '88. But you could almost, in a perfect scenario, this is a late in the year card, and you might have Dusty available to make an appearance.
Yeah, that's true.
And to do ringside for his son, and maybe you have somebody, maybe you have Baba representing Toway, and now you've got 2 seconds, or at least for the ring introductions, you keep it very traditional, and you have seconds just like they do in Mexico.
Yeah.
I could certainly, this is my thought process. If Vern's going to be cooperative working with All Japan, he probably wants a lot of star power on this. So I could certainly see a scenario where Dusty and Baba are possibly part of this, and maybe not part of the finish, but certainly part of the pageantry of it.
Yes. Yeah. I love that idea.
Yeah.
But yep. So that's the AWA Super Clash from 1990 or 1988. We close it out with the natural Dustin Rhodes holding the AWA title high and bringing it back to his proud country.
Love that. That's great. I like the card. I like that you staged it in the AWA for a couple reasons. First of all, like with the AWA, especially like right around that Super Clash 3 era, you have a lot of guys that they're bringing in. They're bringing in Kerry Von Erich, Jerry Lawler. They're bringing in Memphis people all the time. They're partnering up with the women of wrestling. So just like my card, where you've got promotions that are sharing talent and everybody's here on a particular night, the Super Clash vibe is very high on cooperation. And I think if Vern had done it correctly, this would have been a fruitful scenario to do, not just at Super Clash, but beyond Super Clash, and to do this for the future and have it basically here we're relaunching the AWA and we're getting in this great partnership with All Japan Pro Wrestling, and you're going to see a lot of stars that you knew from the past, but also a lot of stars that are new to us and homegrown. So that certainly fits the time frame excellent.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. And the card itself, it's like I said, you're light on main event superstars, but spaced out. You have the guys that are going to be main events for the AWA working these program matches or these crossover international matches. So, and then you're doing you're doing 2 title switches beyond the world title. So you're creating a new belt with Jerry Lynn, and you're switching the tag titles to what's going to be your new monster team, and setting up some potential opponents for them in the opener that are tailor-made for an AWA audience.
And the reason, another reason why I had Raven take the win over Lucas Spicoli is I see him becoming the challenger to Dustin Rhodes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Shortly after winning the title.
Yeah, and that's perfect. Plus, you also have the possibility of Kobashi, Minoru Suzuki, even somebody like Super Crazy, Apollo Dante's. Like, now you've got a few. If Dustin wants to be the traveling the traveling AWA champion, and you have these partnerships with smaller promotions. You send them to Memphis to work against Brian Christopher. Here you've got so many different avenues to sort of skate back and forth, but still keep your main show and your main talent that you're building, with your light heavyweight division, with your tag division. Keep a lot of that stuff in-house. So yeah, that's a great one. The only thing I would have done different, I would have put a battle royal on this show.
See, if we could have done like 25 or 30,
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
It would have really, the card would have really probably just been like 4 matches.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of half joking with that because Cow Palace was always the annual battle royal. Was always at the Cow Palace, so that's the historian in me who's like, oh man, you're in the Cow Palace and it's a Vern crowd, and you get a couple legends in there with these new guys, and
there are also tons of battle royal talent on this card.
Oh yeah. Maybe you have a light heavyweight battle royal, and that's how Jerry Lynn wins the belt. But
there we go.
Let's not shake it up too much. But I do think that's a great use of spacing and great use of cross promotion talent. So once again, bravo for the 1988 showcase. Once we get past WrestleMania season, I would like to see what years we have available for the 90s and do a couple new 90s cards.
Absolutely.
And keep this as a once every couple months we do another rookie card. One of these days we'll actually go back and do some of the ones from the 70s. Those are real. If you look on that Ainsworth sports site, those are real hit or miss situations.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, I mean, the first 5 people on my list here were I was like, oh wow, and then we got past that, and I was like, oh fuck, how am I going to make this work? So I can only imagine, and that would probably be people that I'm even less familiar with.
Yeah, it gets a little rough, or it gets a little the guy, but you're like, man, he was a jobber for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's number 6 on this list. He won some regional fucking bullshit title in Missouri. The second year of his career when they thought he was going to be something. Yeah, there's a lot of hit or miss. So stay tuned, folks, if you ever want to hear, or certainly pitch us years in the comments.
Yes, please.
On all of our socials and on the podcast notes, so that you force us into doing these deadly dream scenarios where we're hosting a card from the 1978 era. So that'd be interesting. But yeah, I think both cards worked out well.
Absolutely.
This is a great experiment. As always, thank you to our guys over at Ainsworth Sports, ainsworthsports.com. Great website for anything, any information you're looking for. They update it fairly often, and they've got new features all the time for you to take a look at. Every sport imaginable. They have a goddamn badminton section.
That's crazy. Just
putting that out there. These guys know what they're doing. So we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. Once again, I thank my tag team partner, Tom Schultz, for joining me. We hope you all have a great night, and we will see you at the matches.